Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Montclair once again, to a village that is prospering, at least for now. In the last episode we finished a beautiful, a wooden wall around our inner city so that we provide now fortification to all of them. Also our castle has been finished. Yeah, you can see it, right? Yeah, you can see it more clearly now, more and more as the trees are disappearing. Trading is fine, so we still don't need to levy our population, even though my upkeep is rather high, so you can actually see the money trickling down at this point because the rate of upkeep is so high, right? That's worrisome to some extent, honestly. On the other side here we have now our latest industry coming along, that is the cheese production, a dairy farm and a cheesemaker at its first levels, of course, right? So this is something that we are growing now into a new type of business. What I definitely also will need to do now, beside of course pumping out more monks, so there's one more possible, there you go. Okay, so at least two apiaries are now fully employed. We have doubled our honey production with that. Now, beside that, we need to double something else, and that is my iron production. Because right now, what happens is that we're producing a decent amount of tools, but soon we'll also need iron for common wares and for weapons. And that's going to be expensive, right? So this is something we need to tackle as well. For that, we have these two iron deposits available. This is nasty looking, honestly, because it looks into the city. I don't like this. By the way, there's lots of upgrades here, thanks to the fortification bonus. We're out of planks, by the way, so I don't even need to worry about that. I need to worry about plank production. There's still one more sawmill that we can employ. Now, with that, we are growing now the industry zone into this area more and more. How's it looking with territory? Yeah, not good. I would need to purchase this one. I would really rather not, because we purchased 2 territories already. And I still don't have a feeling of how my money looks right now, right? So I don't want to push this any further. So this is my heavy industry here now, moving then into this territory at some point. For now though, we can start with this iron deposit. I would really like to start with that, because we need it. This is the iron quarry then. We have 2 slots on this. That's great. Actually, now I think it's great that we have 2 iron deposits close by, because we're gonna need it, right? So that's fine by the looks of it. Let's get this one going. That's 20 planks, and we also need a crane then, unfortunately, providing the storage, right? And I'm also gonna go ahead with a cart. That's probably nice for the output that we have. Also looks just okay to have some carts here as well lying around, right? And then we have some processing industry in front of it. Gonna cost me, gonna take some time for this to develop. Beside that, what we'll also need then is of course another iron smelter, probably 2 even, and we're gonna start pushing them also then in this area. Look at that. I think it's a sensible thing to do, to have them here the furthest away from the rocks here and the closest to that border here that we have, right? Because we can then expand on that. So there's gonna be a road here most likely, or we have more industry here and then a road in between. We can decide on that later, really. Let's build this. Storage wise, we have our storage not too far away from that, with still one more resource available. And I would actually like to also implement now iron as a resource then, because we're gonna get this one. There's the charcoal hut not too far away, and with that the next iron smelter then. Gonna take some time for this now to develop, since we have so many other constructions going. By the way, all 3 of my builder huts are fully employed, and we need them right now. Can't believe I'm saying this. Another patroller. Let's get this going, because we are patrolling now in the whole inner area. Do we have... Yep, there's another patroller now available. Theoretically, we don't need the watchman, really. I'm still gonna keep her, though, as of now. We're growing. I want to have more towers. Let's have this one. Is this providing more church capacity? It is not. Okay, I need more church capacity. That's the bell tower. That's a bell major tower. It does not increase my capacity, unfortunately. It's those that are doing it, actually. So I can expand the back of it now with another... Man, this looks nasty. Should we turn this one? I think this would look better, right? Having it a bit smaller here in the back of it, and then we could expand this one too. This is the safest way of increasing the capacity by 25. We, by the way, still should also have something here, these thatched chapels that we can have on the side of it, right? So I could have definitely one more here in the back. That's 30 capacity increase. I mean, this looks like a monster at some point. And then I'm probably gonna have one here and one on the other side as well here. With that, we're getting 33 more out of it with this expansion in the back. The inner building that we have there, we could increase its size a bit so that it looks out. That's better. Has the same height now, and we can apply these changes. Very nice. My dairy farm has been finished. Let's assign 2 farmers to that, and let's paint the pasture in the back of it. Starting here, all around it. And I have no idea how much we need. This is adequately sized, alright. It's not that much more. I would still like to have another one though, so probably safe to make it so that it's too big. This is not too big yet. Okay, it's still adequately sized. I hope that's still the case when we assign someone else to it. And here is also my cheesemaker now. I need more personnel for these guys. And by the way, here, yeah, this is also now a nice residential zone that we can assign. Let's make it full right towards the wall so that someone else may want to settle here. And we can do the same thing here now so that within the wall people want to live, right? Still gonna keep a bit of space here just in case, but right now there is no quarry here planned for the foreseeable future. This adds more space in the most desirable places of my town. Now, I would like to also have then this fence here extended. We already have it here, right? It's this one. Let's keep a bit of space, and then I'm gonna push this. The reason why I'm doing this also is because I need a way of processing or getting rid of more wood, because we're cutting away so much wood right now. I need ways of getting rid of it. Right, so we're gonna make it here. We could make a smaller fence here. This looks cute. And this is then the main road leading outside, right? All the way up to this point. 38 wood gone again. Very nice. Okay, 2 more people. That's my cheesemakers. Let's assign them. It's still for me to decide, do we have enough milk or not, right? It's gonna take some time. It's taking more time than usual for these cattle to grow. But she's already hard at work. Producing the milk we need. Also, I can feel that we're running out of meat. So the threshold is getting smaller and smaller, or closer and closer. So we also need to push this again. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem because we don't have endless amounts of boar in the surrounding area. So I can already see, yep, here we're losing the boar, right? So they're migrating over there. On the other side here, this one we have in our territory. So I would like to go ahead and get me another hunting going here somewhere. It's the hunting grounds of the castle. And probably, oh, this is really, really bad actually. There's no more hunting. This one we have in our territory, right? Not all of it anymore though. I will need to purchase a territory just for hunting now. It's probably gonna be one of these. It could actually be this one where we have the industry. Or it's something that's a bit further away so we have it longer, like this one. Okay, we're pushing past 170 people. I think it's safe to start a consolidation phase again. Waiting for everything to stabilize before we invite any more people in. Because right now we just got way too many people in the last episode, right? We grew by 40 people in total, and this is too much at the same time. Gonna increase my taxation again because we can. We have 80% happiness. That's too much. People are too happy. This penalty is too much though for the money we get out of it. And this one here would still be acceptable for me. So let's go ahead and have this one going. Now I would also like to use more workforce now on my wheat farms so that we can push more. And for this we have now the tooling shack available. Cost me quite a lot of tools in fact. And some hardy haystack. That's just though for the splendor points that we have, right? So a wheat barn, that is more output that we can have here. And this is something you really need if you want to have more people working here, so we need to have more output. Could have it really cutting into my fields here, right? I'm just looking outside, or here in the back. Let's have it here in the back. There you go. And then we have the tooling shack for more capacity, right? So this is then something we have right here, so that we can add 2 more people to that. This will also lead to a bigger field then, of course. Oh, look at that trade from Davenport. 100 coin now for the 18 honey. That was a nice price. Also the wax. And yeah, it's needed as we're running out of money. So my taxes are fine, but the upkeep, especially to the territories now we had, is really high, right? Like 300. Territory upkeep is almost as high as my whole industry upkeep. Also, finally, our iron deposit. There's still planks missing for this one, but I think they can already work on it, right? There's just a storage of 10 iron then in, but they can already start with that. And since we have the population for this, this is fine. Now we're still lacking the iron though to get the forge now going, which is also finished at this point. Alright, in order to build the royal courtier, we need heavy fortification for the first time. And I think it was the castle fortifications last time. So let's go ahead and get this going. And also the rustic fortification. Now let's check out what we got out of that. We got now the rustic stone watchtower. Passive light fortification. That's not it. Rustic fortified keep. That's the one. Provides heavy passive fortification. It is costing me quite a bit. And I would like to use this to upgrade what we have. So this one here gets upgraded to this version here. So I'm trying to push this one into the center here. Oh, this is gonna be costly. And then we're gonna take the royal courtier, and I'm just gonna move the smaller wooden tower up. But I would still like to have it merged a bit. Come on, just give me an inch of fiddle around here. I think this is fine. The entrance is also still fine looking, I think. Yeah, we don't need to touch the entrance there. That's okay. And the other side is actually also still fine. We might still want to add something else to it. Rustic upper gate entryway. Something that we could use on the side here. Yeah, something like this tower here. This also provides some heavy fortification. Looks very chaotic. I like it this time. Last time I was focusing on symmetry. This time I'm gonna make some chaotic structures here just because you can do this in this game. And it's just looking like it's chumped together ad hoc, right? Like most castles were. So in this case here, these are the changes. Unfortunately, we cannot apply them. The requirements have not been met for what? This one, this one, this one, build it all. Okay, so that one has been built now. Alright, unfortunately this is quite buggy right now. So if I build my stone tower here and we do meet all the requirements, that would be fine, right? So I can now accept the changes that we have. Having this one in too, and requires a minimum of 1 keep. Actually we have now 2. So he would allow me even to reduce them or delete the main keep now, right? And still have this construct here going. If I want to build another tower though, right? Somewhere else, or even attached to it, I can't apply the changes anymore. Wonky. Something fishy is going on here. And it doesn't matter what I do, right? So also this, if all of this is now in the green again, it still not works, right? But if I even delete the main building, it would work. So I have no idea what the hell is going on here right now. Let's clear all the changes, right? So let's go back to the original one that we had, like this. And voila, there it is working, right? So just removing some of the main buildings inside makes clear of it. However, we would lose some splendor points right now. That is something I cannot allow. So this would work now, and this also gives me some additional splendor points, and we can accept. This will cost me quite a bit though to construct all of this, and time of course once again. In the meantime, we ran out of bread. That is a surprise to me, since we had over 100 available. In that case, the meat and the berries are fine. Even clothing, well, clothing is also not fine. And yeah, we need more bread. So did we finish? I think we finished that one up here already and assigned it. Very nice. So this is now working at its full capacity. That also means I need another wheat farm, because those are not going to cut it anymore. We got 50 wheat almost. But it's not a problem yet for the flour mill to process all of this. So I'm thinking about having another. Yeah, this would be nasty. Once again, we're out of space. I cannot get rid of the trees that quickly. I would need to purchase a new territory here for another wheat farm. It's all so expensive. Do we have at least some hunting grounds? We don't have any hunting grounds here. This doesn't make it easier for me. At least the cheese is rolling, 55 cheese. I could offer it to my people. That is something that is tempting. So instead of bread, I'm gonna use this one here for cheese now, so that we have something to sell to my people, right? Keep the happiness up. We had the levy, so this reduces my happiness again. And then I could use this one here as another wheat farm. That would work because we also have the flour mill there, so it actually makes sense to me. Even though it's not my favorite location, but for now it's the only thing we can really do realistically. So let's go ahead and have me another wheat farm here, right? And I might even go for a tooling shack again, just here in the back of it. Let's make it right behind that wheat farm. There you go. And then I also need something to have some more storage, so here. And of course we are cutting it into the trees here, because I don't want to reduce the amount of field that I have potentially in this area. And we're already cutting, but it's not enough. So I want to merge these farms, of course, so all of this needs to go away. It's gonna take some time to make the fields here going. This area looks nice, right? So this was all forest area. It's disappearing. So that's at least something. I would like to keep some trees though. So let's go ahead. Keep them here. And I also don't need this one here as a tree zone anymore. This is not necessary at all. Let's clear it up. Make it a bit cleaner looking. Industry zone wise, I would like to keep expanding into this zone here. That should be city, right? So this is going to be city. The industry zone moves a bit further now behind that rock over time. And for this we have to purchase a new territory. It's that one. And this territory should give me some hunting grounds as well. It's not a lot because, you know, there's never enough hunting grounds. But it's at least something once again, so my hunters have something to do. And we get more meat rolling. I can start here right away with a hunting area as well. So let's get this one going. Where should we have this? Let's actually have it just right here in the center. There you go. And also, we have still this forest here, right? This forest that needs to move now. So, I'm gonna get rid of this zone here. And we're gonna move the reforest area over here to my hunting ground as well, right? So this is the new reforest area. Not that we need to reforest actually. You know what? Let's pause it. I don't need to reforest for the moment, because we have so many trees everywhere that we need to cut before we continue with reforesting. It's gonna be ages. So all of this needs to go. Gotta make sure that my two lumber camps here continue working. They do. We're processing a lot of that. We are cutting away this. That's a pretty nice forest here though that I would like to keep for now. So we just will do that. Not the best hunting grounds either. This one. No more chopping here for now. And this one also goes. Need to clean the things that we've done so far. Stonemason, there you go. Got actually 5 unemployment rate. We don't have any more rooms in my monastery. I need to expand here at some point, especially if I want to get more honey. Let's just see how we can do this the cheap way for now. I might consider... This is 5 more, this is 8 more. Pushing these? Let's have a look. I could push it like that, but that would look strange. Can we move it in? Yes. This looks better. Let's go ahead. This gives me 8 more monks for the moment. Fish is still fine. Berries are climbing. Meat is climbing. Bread is actually looking a bit better again now that we are using cheese, but now we're out of cheese. So yeah, refined food in general is something that we really need. Okay, since we're close to our limit again, I would also like to continue expanding my manor house, and we continue with a bit of a chaotic style there, as always in this Let's Play, and I would like to probably make it like so. I think this looks pretty cute from the back of it. I can see there's another bigger room coming up in the back of it with even more towers than to it, and I might also add some chimneys since we do have a nice amount of stone. Something over here. This just fits nicely in. This brings me another treasury capacity of 480 already, so that's quite nice. Is it enough though? This will cost me planks, tools. We have everything except planks really, despite 3 sawmills working non-stop for us. And since we have so many constructions going, right, it's a bit tough. I want to have the central tower being the tallest one right now though. So in that case, this should be that. And let's also have the weather vane up here. Gives me some more prestige points, splendor points that we need. By the way, can I add them here too? Yes, I can. And this is just, I think, a bit of stone. We can afford it at this point. It's not the biggest problem. This is the manner of the chicken. I also really enjoy these windows that you can have then below the towers and whatnot. I think on this side we should be able to squeeze one in too. There's not even an option for this. There it is. It's pretty expensive though that it only brings me in 1 splendor point. That's a disappointment. Ah, 4. There's another one, another type of it that you can have, right? That looks a bit better. Alright, this is already really expensive. 10 more points. Pushes us. Let's apply the changes. Get this going, and let's also apply these changes. That's 16 splendor points we're getting out of that too. So that's gonna be pretty nice. We need 100. We need 75. So we will be able to unlock this next level then as well. The next wheat farm has been finished. That's pretty great. Even though we have always a lot of wheat in, at this point I might be thinking that the windmill's not enough anymore. We will probably also push the windmill somewhere else. Though I like the location of it right now. All the way up here on the mountain. We'll just see. So there are 5 actually already in it. And oh, this is cutting zone as well. But there is nothing else to cut anymore. Just along our fence. Oh yeah, adequately sized. Yeah, that was close though, but it's working now. That's another full field here that we have going. A bit of bread is in again. Of course, we have also quite a long distance here to travel, but that can't be really changed except me moving the bakery over here too. That would be an option. Now, wheat is out again, so we are still processing wheat faster than we can produce it, right, with this windmill here. No problem. At least the royal courtier has been finished, and we can now assign someone to that, and let's check it out. Happiness is less impacted by 10%. What does this mean? What kind of happiness? The tax happiness? The overall happiness? It's less affected by 10% at least, so that probably means I can tax my people 10% more. Something like that. Sounds good. Combated trading speed increased by 10% is probably not really worth it, right? Let's go ahead and get this guy in. And with that, we have now a royal courtier again with his bonus then as well that he provides for my town. So yeah, let's try it out and let's increase the taxes once again for all my people. Should be fine though. Even though this is a lot, right? This is a big step. It's the biggest step that you can do. Everything else is just incremental and then it's double. And then you're doubling it up to the next level. This is just brutal. I'd rather keep it like that and we just go for levies more often, I guess. But we're full anyway. Another massive wave of immigration pushing us now to 200 people. And I'm gonna accept. There you go. Welcome. Now, you might have noticed that we're full on cloth. That's pretty great. So we have a good production of this. We're still not having a good processing to common clothes though. Check it out. They're both fully employed though. And all of them have commoners. So yeah, we just need another tailor as well. Gonna place this one here. Makes sense to me. And with this, we also reached labor tier 3. There it is. And there's the manor house architecture now. Tier 3 privileges. Can we afford that? Oh yeah, we have lots of influence points. That's pretty neat. Paved roads. That's a major step forward. The milling tax is something that I like. This is an additional means of income. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate this one. We're getting more points in anyway. And I'm probably also pushing the tier 3 labor privileges right now. The paved roads is something for later. And then it's probably the inn because that is another source of income. But those privileges, they will come in handy for me. By the way, why are you saying something? He had something to say. But I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, it's because of the royal courtier probably that we have open now. Right, so he could also prospect mineral deposits for us. He could also invite 5 militiamen into my city. I think this is a good way of doing it. We could also use my unemployment rate, right, to get more knights in and stuff like that. The middle trade route we could improve and attend the court to discuss royal duties. Let's actually do this. Perhaps there's something coming out of it. It doesn't cost me anything, just some time. So that's my royal courtier doing the job. Attend royal duties. Off he goes. It's a fine day for traveling without backpacks and companions. Alright, next in line. I think here, yep, let's assign this. Let's make this wheat farm now fully working. Pushing out everything that we have. I can already see that we need another dairy farm, but that's something once again for later. Right now I really want to finish that tailor. Once again, that's lots of planks. Now I really do like the dutiful prayers as my next labor privilege, because this reduces the effect or the penalty that you get out of taxation by 25%, which is really a lot. There is also the additional taxation. You can have one more concurring taxes without penalty. I'm not entirely sure I understand this completely. Does it mean I can have another level of taxation? I'd rather probably go with this one here. The happiness effect is decreased by 25%. So with this, let's activate it. And now let's go into this area here, and we can now see the penalty indeed is reduced. Going for the next level now gives me not 50% happiness reduction, but only 37%, right? So I can push both of them to the next level here, increasing my taxation now to 600 per month. And we also have a windmill here that I can tax now. Let's go ahead and do this. Though it doesn't state how much I get out of it. Wasn't there an indication here? Apparently not. We're taxing the windmill now anyway. So we can see this now. The tax is accumulated in the windmill. We'll just see how the rate of that is. By the way, we're sitting at 76 happiness, so I think that next taxation level is absolutely fine. Entertainment is now my biggest penalty. So this is something that we can tackle next. Okay, attending the royal company. Your royal courtier joins the opulent royal court and glimpses at the grand strategies of the realm. War rages along borders near your village, and the king has decided your castle would be the most suitable place for hosting and attending his wary royal companies. The king promises you coins and influence if you accept. You must attend wary royal company visiting your village. Alright. What bad could come out of this? Royal duties. I do have another duty though. So first of all, we have finished the next manor house expansion for this monstrosity over here. This is now pushing my treasury to 1,300 as it should. Now we have the entertainment problem, right? The entertainment is something that has to do with the tavern. So in the tavern we can produce berry brew, and this one here provides entertainment if people visit the tavern and drink this, well, commodity. Problem now is the inner city is pretty much full, right? I also don't want to get rid of any buildings or something like that. I mean, we could still... perhaps we could still squeeze it in somewhere. Perhaps instead of these buildings here. Having this one at the market also makes sense, right? So we have a smaller tavern than here. But we would reduce housing. We have no housing problem at the moment, though. So everybody has a home. And we even have room left, right? There is plenty of room left in these houses. Not in this one, not in this one, not in this one. Oh, this one. This one hasn't been upgraded yet even. This one has lots of space. This one has lots of space. Okay, so we have plenty of space available for the normal people. So I think I'm going to do this. First of all, we have these builder workshops here too. Let's move them. Yeah, into this area, into my industry zone. We can probably have them. Yeah, this one looks nice. Applying them here, right? Squeezing all of them over there. They're all fully occupied, by the way. Plenty of room for new people to be pushed out into the into the workforce. And then this area here, we can just simply either we delete it. I think this is the safest way of doing it. So I really just want to delete that. The reason why this is a good location is also it's central to the market, and it's also central to or close to my granary where the berries are, right? So the tavern directly takes this one. By the way, we don't have a lot of berries in the granary, despite having 200 berries in stock. 35 are here. I think those 4 are not going to cut it anymore for the amount of resources that are coming in and out. Let's put the public lounge first. This is the main central building that you want to have, right? And we can then also, once again, make this a bit taller. And we can probably also, you know, this is already expensive again. Holy cow! These buildings are no joke. And we have a little thatched roof. Something like that. You can also have then some nice entrance or some nice windows up here. Let's stick to that. The cool thing is it also gives me lots of splendor points, so we will push past 100 with this tavern here. You can also have a barrel sign, I guess. But this is not ready for... let's push it a bit further here to the back. We need more room. Something like that. Because don't forget, travelers usually also come in with horses, so we do need to have some stables there as well. Gonna have this on the side. 2 of them at least here. Right. You can also have some small decoration up here again, like our weather vane that we have. And don't forget that we'll need to have some expansions here. So this is the public lounge. This has a capacity of 10 now, and we want to make sure that we have a bit of a capacity here, right? I don't want to push it all the time, so I'm gonna have another expansion here. Sounds like something is burning. Oh, it's the charcoal burner right next to it. Can also have a smaller rustic shed. Then next in line we do have our service counter. So this is where we sell the type of resources that we brew ourselves. So this one has another edition, right? So I'm probably gonna go ahead. We could also make it on the other side here. Yeah. Push it a bit in. Yeah, that's okay. This gives me a storage capacity now of 50. Once again, we could also have then a side here. Push it to 60. And then we still need the brewery. That's the berry brewery. And I would like to have this in the back of it, right? So this is where we brew the stuff. Coming out of it. This is not looking good. Switch it around a bit. I would like to probably use the main building for this. Does it matter? It just increases my brewer capacity. So we have a +2 now with this. I think... Yeah, this one would only give me 1, 1, 1, 1. This is 0, so it probably should be the whole here. I cannot increase or reduce its size, so we will need to increase this size here a bit. The main hole looks the biggest with that. And then we have it. This also needs a chimney, right? The berry brewery. That's actually a requirement. So we can have this on the side. So this is where the brewing is happening. And yeah, with that, we would probably be finished. It should also have its own entrance where the personnel gets in and out. So that's here in the back of it too, right? Yeah, and that's so far it. That's the first basic tavern we have. And in that case, it provides the brews, it provides storage and whatnot. Let's build all of it. This is once again a pretty massive construction that we have ongoing now, right? 170 planks, 39 tools. The stone is actually fine. I'm not worried about that, but we were rather low on stone. Despite having all 4 miners working here, so this is not the biggest issue. Then we have the brewer. There should be 2 brewers though, right? We had the hall with 2 brewers. They also need water. That's great because we have the well close by. So the bakery already also profits from the well nearby. Let's hope that the well still has more to provide. Oh no, there's also the first royal company coming. They're looking a bit wounded, some of them. And they probably want something to eat and drink and take it out of my treasury. Yeah. We'll just see what kind of demands they have. They're on their way to the castle now. And this construction will definitely take some time. And we resume with this in the next episode with the royal company and our first tavern. Stay tuned.